Hi, my name is Zero, and this is my camera story. It's crazy to think that there's people out there that don't even know what this is. And if you don't know what this is a negative. This is what you used to have when you had it in your film roll. And this is what you got back, this and your pictures. So my camera story starts back somewhere late 90s. And I'm gonna have to do this in a sort of unconventional way because I don't have the camera anymore, so we're just gonna have to take a look at a picture of something equivalent. So here you go. This is sort of what I had. It's a very basic camera. It required a film roll, obviously. You had a flash on it, which required some batteries. You had a rangefinder at the top there, which basically was just two pieces of glass, and you had a fixed lens that you can do anything with. That's it. You had a button to click it, and that's it. You had no idea if you took a sharp picture, underlid, overlid, nothing. You had to wait until it was developed. It sucked. So I grew tired of that. And here we have one of those examples of something that could go wrong with those cameras, and you couldn't even see it. See the whole red glare on there? Yeah, terrible. Really annoying, but that's what happened, and you just couldn't see it. But even back then, in the late 90s, I was not that old yet, but I started to take some pictures with perspective in it. That actually went somewhere, that looked like something. I'm not fully centered between the two columns, but the center lines up pretty decently, and I would say it's not horrific for that long ago with a shitty camera, with me being pretty damn young still. And I've taken some more pictures that definitely not great, but they're not the end of the world. And yeah, it showed that I wanted to go and pursue photography. And then here we have another one of a good looking sky. Again, not a great picture, definitely not very sharp, but that's the problem. You didn't have any control really over the picture. You could not see what it was going to look like. If it was in focus, out of focus, if you had glare, no glare. So that made it really, really difficult. Moving right along, the next camera I got was the Kodak EZ200. This is basically a webcam camera hybrid. And this thing actually had internal storage, so it was a digital camera. You had focus with the lens. You could twist the lens here, like, but that wouldn't really help you unless you used it as a webcam, because otherwise you couldn't tell if it was in focus or not, because there was no, well, your viewfinder, again, was just glass. No option there really, so yeah, again, not great, but it was digital, so you could just take multiple pictures in the hope that you got one that actually looked good. It's a step up. It was not a lot of megapixels, I don't remember, probably 1.3 or 0.3, I'm not sure. Does it actually say on there? No, just a digital camera. I have no idea what it was, but it was not great. But it was my first digital camera, and that's kind of where it all went wrong. Well, started, I guess. I don't have any pictures from this day and age. For some reason, I think I lost them in a crash or something, so I got nothing. But let's move right along. So the next camera I got was the Canon IXSUS 105. This little thing. And this is a nice little pocket camera. Like, it's super small. It's almost credit card size. Had some options. Wasn't the worst. You can actually film with it. You can take pictures. It's 12.1 megapixel, I do believe. Yes, 12.1 megapixel. So not terrible. And let's take a look at a couple of pictures that I have taken with it. So this is one of the pictures that I took with it. It's a nice little red sky, and by the way, this is not edited, this was just a picture. No editing was done on this picture whatsoever, so I like it. Pretty good looking picture, I would say. It's not super sharp. If you get in close, you can definitely tell that it was an older camera, but the composition and stuff, I like it. It's not bad, still good. And I have also done some other stuff that I really, really like doing, and I need to get back into this, and I will. For the channel, I definitely will. This is a backlit water droplet that was falling. You can actually see the droplet here hitting the water, bouncing back up in mid-air. You can see the perfect smear in there. And another one down there. It is really, really cool. I really love it. So, yeah, quite good. And, not bad. It was a good camera. And it's going to be a lot easier with my current camera, let me tell you. I had to time these shots. I couldn't do burst, I couldn't set the shutter speed, I do believe, so it was very limited to what I could do. Made it really difficult. Moving right along in time, the next camera up was my Sony Cybershot here. This puppy served me well for about 6 years. Actually, used it for a long time. Again, relatively compact, had a decent sized screen, no touchscreen, obviously. Actually came with a decent amount of options. It was not a bad cam. It was actually a pretty good one. Put it up here. Yes, 16.2 megapixels. There we go. I know my stuff. And a good amount of zoom because it's a compact and they have a lot of zoom. So I really like that one. And I got some shots here as well that I've taken with it. This is one of them. Nice little window shot there of a sun setting through a bunch of trees and leaves and stuff. I really like it. That's a good looking composition. So I've been doing photography just as a hobby for quite a while now. It's definitely nothing new. One thing that's always eluded me has been lightning. That's definitely one thing I still need to get on picture. And then last but not least, one of my probably favorite pictures of all times that I took. It is the moon, and it actually has a decent amount of detail. I'm really proud of this shot and I really like it. It's an awesome shot. And yes, I did take that myself. So I really like that shot. It's pretty damn good. That brings me to my new camera that I'm currently recording on, so I can't show you that, but the Fujifilm X-A3. And so far it's been pretty good. I like it. Let's get some of these cameras in shot there. And some old school to go with it. There we go. There's the thumbnail. Actually, let's make the thumbnail here while we're at it. There we go. Photography has been in my life for quite a while and I just love doing it. Purely as a hobby, but I just really like doing it. And with this channel I hope to get, not professional, but just more proficient at it, being able to get those cool shots and just show them off and share them with the world. That's basically all I want. Let me know in the comments down below. What is your guys' story? What have you got for cameras throughout your lifetime? What have you had? What have you done? Any crazy stuff you've done with your cameras? So let us know. We're interested in hearing your story. This was my story. Hopefully you enjoyed it and some of the crappy old shots and some of the good ones that I have to say I'm proud of. That I've achieved them with not the best gear on the planet. Actually, quite far from it. There we have it. Hopefully a lot more good shots to come in the future. I definitely want to dive into more stellar photography, because that's definitely a big hobby of mine. I do have a telescope and stuff as well. Hopefully with this new lens and this new camera I can actually take some pictures there. That's at least the plan. More nature shots, more macro shots. Those are basically the things I'm most interested in photography. Stellar, lunar, you know, all that sort of stuff. Outer space, basically. Nature and macro is definitely my biggest hobby in terms of photography. And then there's some specialty shots like the water droplet I showed you that I really want to get back into and get those kind of shots. Because those look gorgeous and I want to do it better, newer, awesomer, and all that. So that's what you have to look forward to on this channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you have your own story, why don't you put it in the comments? We love to hear what you've done in your lifetime of photography and where you are now. Post some links to some shots with particular cameras or kind of creative things you've done with your camera. We love to hear it.